Hello everybody, welcome to the Holidays Buyer's Guide 2024 Manga Edition. So the goal of this buyer's guide is just to provide recommendations, whether that be for yourself or if you are just thinking of gifting some manga to somebody this holiday season. I can hopefully provide you some recommendations, which I'll be providing based off of different genres. So if you do have somebody in your life who only likes a specific genre or the other, I have you covered. So starting off, we do have romance. And I do have two options for this. One's a more age appropriate, maybe something in the teen category, so teen and up, and the other one is more of an adult recommendation. So for the teen recommendation for romance, I would recommend Say I Love You. And this manga explores two teenagers just navigating a relationship for the first time in high school. Each of them have different circumstances, but they are navigating their first relationship together, and you just explore them going through the ups and downs of this relationship in high school all the way even until adulthood. And it's just a really relatable series if you are older than a teenager, just to think back on your teenage years. It's just really relatable, all the emotions that both characters feel, the two main characters, I think everyone can relate to some degree, and even if you can't, it's a really good story I think most people would appreciate, and it also aged really well as well. So for my more adult romance recommendation, I would recommend Upright Beauty and the Beast. This story follows a high school girl living in modern day Japan, and then all of a sudden she gets offed, if you will, and then she wakes up again in the very, very far future where all the humans are already dead, and then she's living amongst different species, and you find out she is the last human alive. NANI? And all these species, all of them really want her, I guess, to create offspring with her, to fight the great evil, so to save the world. It is a harem, so if you're not a fan of harems, maybe I wouldn't recommend this one. But if you are, it's a really fun time. You'll have at least one partner that you really like and you'll be rooting for. As for action and adventure, I do have a really good recommendation that I don't see too many people reading. It is a series on the short side, so it is 6 total volumes, and it follows these 4 brothers in between the time period of more ancient Japan. I don't know the exact time period, more ancient Japan and modern day Japan, just that transition period in between. And these 4 brothers are just tasked with bringing prisoners to this one big prison, and it just follows their lives together, how they're navigating being a family without their parents, and how all the brothers work together, work with people around them, and transition between these 2 big periods of time. This is very action adventure heavy, as the recommendation suggests. There's a lot of action and fighting, but also a lot of very heavy emotional moments, especially around surrounding family. So I think if you have somebody in your life who'd like to recommend an action adventure read to, I would highly suggest this one. As for fantasy, I do have one that I don't hear too many people talking about, but it is really another hidden gem. It's called Reincarnated Witch Spells Doom, and this follows another high school girl. Something happens where she is no longer alive, and then she gets reincarnated into this alternate fantasy universe where magic does exist in this world, but the only magic she's able to do is, as the title suggests, to just boom, just explode things. And then you follow her just navigating this new world. She's sort of isolated herself because no one else has this type of magic, until one day somebody shows up in her little segregated cabin and just changes her world. I think this is a good recommendation for fantasy fans, of course, but especially for, I would say, Yona of the Dawn fans, and even a little bit of Snow White with the red hair fans too as well. I feel like they don't exactly have the same themes. However, I would say there's aspects from each of these, so if you like either of them, I would recommend Reincarnated Witch Spells Doom. Both of them do have fantasies. One's more slice of life, one's more action heavy. I would say it's definitely the middle ground, and most people who are fantasy fans, I think, would really like this series. For mystery, I would recommend this series called Go with the Clouds, North by Northwest. We follow this young man who is Japanese but has grown up in Iceland. This young man's favorite thing is just to enjoy a cup of coffee and some meat and just relax with the Icelandic atmosphere. However, he does also have this magical ability. So if he does touch a piece of technology, he's able to actually communicate with that piece of technology. So if he touches a car, for example, he's able to communicate with that car. Same thing with a motorcycle, for example. And he does solve little mysteries here and there. So this is a very relaxing read, but it does have a good amount of mystery spread throughout the book that I think mystery lovers would really enjoy. And lastly, this isn't really a genre. However, I would say it kind of fits with the categories of recommendation regardless. So for a one-shot recommendation, so if you are gifting somebody or you yourself just want a read that's just one book, one and done, that's it, story's over. For one-shots, I would recommend The Age of Elhenberg. You can actually see that book over here. So it's just a really good one-shot series. It's just really beautifully illustrated. It does have quite a mix of genres. So we have fantasy, we have a little bit of romance, drama, even psychological to a degree. So I think this is a great one-shot recommendation to just anybody and all readers. So hopefully my Holidays Buyer's Guide did help you at least a little bit if you do want to gift anything to anybody or you want any recommendations yourself. Hopefully at least one of these have you a little bit interested in them, and maybe I've introduced you to some series you've never even heard of before. So I'd like to wish everybody luck with their holiday shopping, and don't forget to buy something for yourself as well. This isn't only just about gifting. I'll be having a light novel edition as well of this before the end of the year. So if you do have any gifts you'd like to buy people, or you have extra money from the holidays, you're able to buy at least hopefully one of these books. If you did enjoy this video, I do have more videos coming along. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye!